I'm Matcha Bunny and welcome back to another video of Tiny Bunny. Um, so let's get into it. Let's see how this goes this time. Hold on, I need a cough and clear my throat really fast. Edgy. I do, thank you. Paulina giggled. Actually, there are so many secrets there. You'd be better off not knowing what we girls think. She reached for the notebook, playing with me. I tossed my findings into my free hand. Paulina tried to intercept my move. Her hair briefly touched my face, tickling my nose with its silky locks. I sensed an aroma that immediately filled the whole world. Fragrant, alluring, lively. If only I could picture it, steal it for myself. I felt dizzy, but I gathered myself and spoke in a voice reminiscent of Lieutenant Tikosh? Your questionnaire is an important piece of evidence, so I am afraid I have to confiscate it for further examination. Paulina covered her mouth that rounded in fake horror. And what are the implications of concealing evidence? Well, we'll decide that in the course of our investigation. I surrender, Mr. Policeman. Just promise me you won't read anything? It's full of sensitive information. I'm afraid I have to investigate whether someone is in love with Mr. Pravat. She's very loud. I'll lower the volume just a little bit because of that laugh. Paulina burst out laughing and pressed herself against my chest, showering me with the aroma of her hair and her milky skin that looked almost transparent with tiny threads of veins running under it. Her whisper was hot, like a piece of butter sizzling on a pan. And swear that you will keep this information private? I swear on my police badge. And now we need to hurry. Ashton? Estanja? I took the notebook out. I took out the notebook during class. Oh, it's super cute. The little like hearts and stars. Very cute. I skimmed through it, reading into other people's preferences. I was quite surprised to discover Romka's jerky handwriting inside. His letters bulged out of the cells as if embarrassed by their shapelessness. Fearsome Romshka found time for something so silly. I chuckled into my fist after I found out that Romshka's favorite cartoon was Darkwing Duck. It's not even Darkwing Duck, but DuckTales. Somewhere in the distance, a teacher was reciting a piece of... sorry, the wind just blew and it was cold. Somewhere in the distance, a teacher was reciting pieces of Ashford Snapper. I paid them no mind. Paulina's page was decorated with flower drawings and clipping from the Cool Girl magazine. Her favorite musician is Sherbert? I never can say that name right. Her best friend is her grandpa. Her hobby is not violin, like I expected, but a much more mysterious listening. Can such a mundane process really be someone's hobby? I look at Perlina over the head of the other students. She was focused on taking notes. I flipped the page until I found a blank one and armed myself with a pen. Anton Prevost, Class 6B. Questions. What's your name? What class are you in? Your favorite music? Your favorite holiday? Your hobby? What's your dream? Your hero? Your biggest fear? Your phone number? Your favorite cartoon? Your best friend? I took a long time to decide what my favorite musician until a trendy pop band, Carman, came to mind with the cool dancers in the music videos. Favorite holiday? This one's easy. New Year's. My hobby is drawing. My dream? Going to Disneyland, I guess. My hero. My hand moved on its own, writing that. I stopped on these 2 letters. What if those who read this after me find my answer laughable and stupid? After thinking a bit, I decided that not everything should be disclosed on paper. That's how Dad turned into Spider-Man. The spelling was wrong, but who cares? Your biggest fear? I immediately wrote losing a person who's dear to me. Your phone number? No secret here. 303-95. Your favorite cartoon? Transformers. Your best friend? I hesitated, gnawing on the pen's cap. Your best friend. I read the question out loud. It was easy, but at the same time, very important. To answer that was my sister's name, so I carefully wrote it into the squares. Olia. Olia, I repeated my sister's name while sneaking out of the school. There was a cute, freshly drawn dragon in my notebook that I made to please my beloved sister. In this land of darkness and discreet, her support was the only thing that inspired me to keep drawing and stopped me from losing hope in humanity. Refreshing frosty air made my cheeks turn beet red. It was bright outside, and then the sun looked like a whole egg yolk. The road looked as if it was silvered. The snow sparkled under the sunlight. I smiled, squinting from the blinking whiteness. Who cares if I don't have any true friends anymore? I have something more important. Someone who needs my help. Who never betray or hurt me. Family is the most important thing ever. That's what Dad always told me. Hey, this fucker! Hey, what's with that stupid grin? My numb lips immediately shrink. Baisha was shuffling his feet in the middle of the yard, his boots restless on the ice. It's not a grin. I tried to go around him to no avail. Lady Fortune waved me goodbye, disappearing in the early twilight. In a hurry, eh? A little bit. Dad's waiting for me. I'll shoot him a pager message that you're not coming, eh? My eyes flinched unwittingly, my skin dampened. Let's go, eh? We have small business to discuss. I felt chills run all over my body. I don't like the sound of that. Small business. Those words, accompanied by spitting, normally hid very dark deeds underneath them. Strangers that used to call our old apartment used to say, "Get your old man. We have a small business to discuss." Baisha turned around. He looked like an astronaut in this tight hood. If I were to imagine him as a sound, he'd be a deafening whistle, a signal given by someone who stands watch. To my demise, there is nobody in the backyard. Apart from the grim-faced Romka. He stood there, his feet wide apart, with his right hand hidden behind his back. Romka's dry lips were tightly pierced. He kept shooting glances at me as he looked around. There he is, eh? I see that. Well, hello there, Antonsha. Antosha? Antosha? I don't know. What do you want? Oh, that's cheap! He slowly took out a thin, carnivorously shiny blade from behind his back. A knife. Steel butterfly of death that flies towards the victim's heart. I stepped backwards instantly and ran my back into Baisha's. Romka's minion pushed me back. We want to know. Do you have any hard feelings for me or Baisha? Romka started picking on his yellow nail, looking at me with an evil smirk on his face. Well, there in the forest, we kinda roughed you up. It's just our poor upbringing, you know? Yeah, not as cultured as you city folk. So we get feisty sometimes. I nodded, my eyes glued to the knife. The blade glowed under the setting sun, and Romka's eyes had the same evil glow. He stepped towards me. His knife traveled inches away from my coat. One moment, and steel would cut into the cloth, as if he pushed, and if he pushed deeper. A little bird told us that you were snooping about Polina again. I was so scared that it took me a while to remember who Polina was. My brain was malfunctioning. My knees were shaking. Oh, you bitch. Suddenly, our class rep slowly walked up to Romka from behind. I see you boys aren't getting along quite well. I owe you one, Katya. No need to thank me, Romkashka. I'm always fighting for true love. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I swear. I can't hear you. Were you near Polina or not? Whoa, we didn't hang out or anything. The only thing hanging out here will be your guts when I cut open your stomach. The blade slid across my sleeves with its dull side and reached my collar. The wind made my face cold, but the bead of sweat still trickled from my temple. A swift flip in my head. It was all made sense now. I remembered Romka constantly sneaking glances at Polina. I remembered his scrawny handwriting in the questionnaire. Why didn't I study it more in depth? I see you near Polina even once, and you won't get away with a simple bump. Got it? Yes. Now scram. I was probably so hypnotized by the knife that Romka had to repeat his threat. Scram! I thought about the cold, sharp blade when retreating from the yard. I was asking myself whether I had enough courage to break the promise I made to these bastards. The aftertaste of horrible water I drank down my meds lingered in my mouth. My thoughts were focused on Polina, but Romka's threat was also in my mind. I wandered around the house, feeling intoxicated, and nodded to everything my sister said without trying to discern her words. Olia was talking non-stop. At times I lifted her up, lifted, at times lifting her arms up and laughing, only then suddenly quiet and gives me mom's signature gnarly look. I was yanked out of the prison of my own mind, where seething thoughts pecking at my brain like harpies stopped me from coming back to reality. I stared back. Olia looked like a mini version of our mom right now. Well, to be precise, she looked like the person Mom turned into when we moved here, with her intimidating posture and her eyebrows directed towards the ceiling.
You weren't listening to me, were you?
She tried to split out these words at me, copying facial expressions of the person she spent almost all her free time with. For a moment, I felt like the light Olia executed all these years waned and wavered in the wind of prolonging changes. Very soon, my beautiful princess will turn into the dragon that was once guarding her prison tower. That thought was much scarier to me than any other horse sneaking up to me from the future. Sorry, Olia. I didn't want to make you mad. I just got lost in thought. I looked around the room, my gaze jumping from one object to another like a hungry beast trying to find anything that could distract Olia. Let's play the console. Olia pouted, but there was a spark of interest in her small emerald eyes. The Snow Queen's ice shard inside them started thawing.
And what about the second controller? It's not working. And Dad had no time to fix it.
We can play with the light gun. What do you want to play? Cowboys? Ducks?
You're better than me at both.
Oh, come on. You must have been practicing the whole time I was away from home. Olia burst out laughing. Her heart was warm once again.
How did you know? But I'm not a good shooter now. But I'm a good shooter now. You've already lost.
You picked the wrong fight. Here, come on, turn it on.
What's in here?
I hid Sigmund's signet ring in my desk drawer. I was unsure whether I did the right thing by stealing a crucial piece of evidence from the police. Then I relocated to my sister's room. Relocated to my sister's room. Little Olia jumped towards the TV set, and after flicking the power switch, started blinking, blindly feeling around the back side of the Phantom, trying to plug the console's cables into the antenna input. Okay. Bits of TV shows started flashing on the CRT screen when I armed myself with the remote to look for the channel with the sought-after Dindy signal. Did anything interesting happen at home? It was a mundane question for me. I didn't put any actual meaning behind it. Oh, but Oli's expression suddenly changed. She lost all the childishness, nonchalantness she worked so hard to acquire before. What happened, Olia? My sister managed to put the cable in its place and started brushing off her dust-covered hand. She was clearly looking for the courage to continue the conversation.
Mom, she...
Olia went silent for a moment. I thought she I saw tears welling up in her eyes.
She had this scary thing happen to her again.
My sister looked at me with wet eyes. She had a fit, huh? This happened before, but it was a rare occasion. Now that we've moved to this godforsaken place, Mom's fits rose in frequency.
Dad brought home a big fish. It was wrapped in newspaper and had a foul smell. Mom got angry again, and then she took a knife.
Oh. Aurelia squirmed, looking fearful out the window.
They started screaming at each other.
I froze, imagining my little sister, so small and unnoticeable, standing in the kitchen doorway. She wasn't even trying to hide. Our parents just paid her no mind at all. And then
Mom stuck it in. Like this.
Olia slightly moved her fist downwards, indicating a strike.
She hit the fish. It was still alive, Tosha. It must have been in pain. And Mom.
It was easy to imagine what happened next. The reeling fish, with the blade between its fins, squirted some foul-smelling musk into Mom's face. Whenever death got this close to my mom, be it when a person was hit by a bus in front of us and their blood was smeared all over the windshield, or when Grandma chopped off a chicken's head, Mom would always get into a weird, dreadful fit.
Oh.
Her eyes would roll over, she'd fall on her face like a freshly cut tree and start writhing just like that agonizing fish, turning over chairs, blurting out bits of scary sentences. And what about Dad? Did he help her? Olia shuddered as if just remembering it pained her.
Yes. But at first, he started laughing, Tosha. He let out an evil laugh when he saw that Mom was in trouble. But then he cried.
Olia's story made me raise an eyebrow. It seems like the force oozing madness had not only completely corrupted our mom, but also infected our strong and courageous dad. I quickly stepped towards Olia and locked her in a tight embrace. She dug her face into my chest, and I could feel my shirt becoming wet.
Why are they bullying each other, Tosha? Are they crazy?
Ooh. I shuddered, unable to justify the actions of our parents. I ran out of words, and all I could do was just hug Olia tighter. There's an eye. Huh. Jump scares. Okay. Olia screamed and hid behind me.
Turn it off quick!
No matter how many times she saw this intro, she would always react the same. Just like when she saw that owl. I also got goosebumps every time this face appeared on the screen, so I immediately complied with my sister's request.
Game time.
Finally, the game selection screen showed up for the cartridge that was bundled with the console. That's cute. Too bad most of the names here were just different levels of the same game. I picked up the gray rectangular controller and started looking around the pixel letters to find the familiar English word for duck. Background music for the menu soothed Olia's mind as she asked in a calmer voice.
How are things at school?
Nothing good. The school is new, but my teacher treatment is the same. As if we never moved. I'm tired of this. Before despair could lead me down its depressing road towards the clutches of oppressive thoughts, something evil withered deep inside my skull. Awakening wild and pleasant memories. Actually, something good did happen. Olia watched with hope filled in her eyes as wicked smile spread on my face, faintly resembling the wound from a box cutter knife. Another boy went missing.
Tasha, do you think that's good? Why do you say that?
My sister's voice trembled when she looked into my eyes through the thick lenses. You know, that other boy, Volva, maybe what happened to him was all his fault. Maybe he did something so bad that he no longer desired to live.
Don't be so cruel, please.
Olia pressed her knees into her chin and hugged them with her hands, trying to take up less space, as if she would shrink or even disappear altogether.
Adjust legs.
It was the only reasonable thing for us to do. Go missing along the other broken toys and never encounter evil parents or mad classmates. We're the only ones left for each other. The only ones who could protect, listen, and sympathize. Which means she's bound to listen to what I think about them. All these beasts pretending to be children that are so eager to bully the weak. It was my turn to speak. I think they won't be the last. My breath quickened. My fingers started banging on the wooden floor. People like them are not worthy of living, going to the same school with us, or looking at your light. My thoughts got tangled. They slipped away along with my calmness.
Tasha, stop it, you're scaring me.
Don't be scared. I can protect you. Then finally I noticed that Olia was looking at me like I was a stranger.
Who are you?
The rage that welled up inside me subsided. It hid under the gust of my cowardliness, leaving me alone with a going feeling of guilt for scaring my sister. Olia, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I guess I'm going crazy in that school. She rushed to embrace me, barely holding back her tears.
It's okay, Tasha. Please, never say things like that again.
I swear on Mom's heart. Olia flashed me a bitter smile.
And you told me you wouldn't say that.
You're right. Let's play it already.
I'll go first.
Player 1, ready. Round 1. Okay. Oh, nice. She's doing it. Adjusting my chair while I'm not doing anything. Ready, player 2. Oh! Ah, crap. Oh! Oh!
I was going easy on you here. There. Here.
Oh! Nice. Dang, Elia. Ah. Oh no. I got one. There we go.
Pooh, it's your fault I missed.
Fed around. This child's really good at this. Okay. I could be... Ah! I got one! Also because I'm just like... Fuck. Oh. My score's still going up though. I could just... Oh! Oh no! Okay, we're done playing. Oh no! My mom only managed to get through to me on her third attempt. Anton, there's a call for you. It's a girl? I sobered up in an instant and rushed to the hallway. Watch your step. I grabbed the phone, pressed it to my chest, and looked at my mom. She shrugged and went to the room, gathering the toys thrown around by Olia as she went. Hello?
Your mom has such a young voice.
Well, yeah, I mean, she is young.
Are you busy right now?
No, of course not. If only she knew how costly this conversation would be for me, what risk I took just to answer this call. There was a pen and a shabby notepad lying on the nightstand. I picked them up and started moving the tip of the pen across the paper, producing chaotic doodles that always ended up turning into hearts. And we are gonna save. Are you sure? Yes. And this is the end of this episode. If you guys like this episode, please remember to like, subscribe, and if you want, leave a comment. I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye bye.